Love is joy,
vulnerable,
humble, liberating, courageous.
To witness your son being born.
Love is divine.
unapologetic.
Love is eating your spinach.
To be on a football team.
Love is brave.
As an MC, as an artist, love is when you're on stage and you're performing and you see people like just so into it and eyes closed and saying your words with you. Anybody that knows me knows I'm just a fool for my youngest daughter. She has just made me daddy crazy.
I tell my granddaughters all the time, I can't possibly love anything more than I value them.
Love is aggressive.
It's a whole range of emotions.
We as men sometimes are not in touch with our emotions.
Men suffer too. Men hurt too. Men cry too.
I think sometimes men are emotionally constipated. Because they're constipated, they sort of act out.
My love for my brother is a love that I don't know how I describe it. I had like significant anger issues. I would go to bed angry. I would wake up angry. And I remember one day I was sitting in conversation with my brother and he thought I was lying about something. I was telling the truth. And I snapped. And before I knew it, I had jumped out of my seat and I was choking him. I was strangling him. And I was screaming, "I'll kill you, I'll kill you." And I had him locked in. As he was about to pass out, something brought me to my senses and I dropped my hands. I walked back to my room and I said, "God, you've got to do something because this anger is about to kill that which I love the most." I watched over a period of time, not just supernaturally, but also I learned how to pray, and also I learned through reading scripture how to kind of deal with my anger. And when I really started to understand God's love for me, then it helped me to start to react and deal with the world in a different kind of a fashion.
I think that love has kind of been misunderstood.
Dr. King and the Civil Rights Movement helped lay the foundation for how love was understood in my generation. So we went from love of others to a love of self.
If it feels good, if it tastes good, if it's good to me, then it must be good.
I went and looked for love in all the wrong places. Out of that, another child was born, a daughter, but the child's mother was hurt that I stayed with my wife. I discovered from my wife that love is based upon a character that is filled not only with forgiveness, but a word we've used quite often, commitment. Her love for me made her endure this pain, stay with me, raise my children, and so sometimes out of the pain of our mistakes, great love can grow.
I used to love things that were detrimental to myself, but I realized that was because I didn't really love myself.
If you can't love yourself, then how in the hell are you going to love somebody else?
The more I came to have a sense of loving myself, that's when I was able to shed dysfunctional kinds of pieces to define me and be defined as God had defined me.
You know, the stereotype of black men in general and black gay men is that, you know, we are hypersexual, thuggish.
I saw the level of affection between my father and my mother. As a child, and seeing that from your father to a woman that he loves and that he marries is a very big impression.
President Obama, his modeling love for his wife, Michelle, and their children is very important for African American men and women to learn from.
She's proud to say, like, you know, my man is holding it down. I wish there was a way that we could reframe and refocus what love is.
When love stops, growth stops.
People get too hung up on the genders of the people in love or who want to be in love with each other and not focus on the actual love piece.
I think I'm learning that you can't hold everything inside.
And not only does love mean never having to say you're sorry, but most importantly, discovering that love never fails.
I want to show these little black boys what it means to be a black man. I want to see us take pride in ourselves, not be so damn quick to rely on somebody else. I want to be able to turn on the TV and not see caricatures of people that's supposed to be me.